I do like that you put in a shorter shift.
I thought it was poignant. Also, much less typing for me.
Hello, Cutter.
I don't know what to call Chad, because like if somebody's like hello Cutter to me, do I say like hi PC that wakes me up in the morning?
Hello, Lynx Corp.
Hello adult male, welcome taxpayer.
I think hello, taxpayer is the funniest option you could put in.
Welcome taxpayer.
Because not everyone's adult male, but everyone is taxpayer, allegedly. Allegedly. I'm your space DJ.
Oh. So I tried looking into it in game from the last time that we've talked about, like finding a way to change the biz. There's not really a button on the keyboard that will actually switch to a different station. As far as I know, as far as this game has told me in the like list of buttons that I can press for things, that's not one of them.
Can't find it. It's gone forever. Or never existed.
Probably that second one. It's just can't find it. It's, you had to really like flip over the.
I guess you also can't find it.
You gotta look under the menu. Really, you just gotta dig around there. I'm gonna do something continuously not very conventional, and just start before the 8-hour mark.
What?
Being
Early shift?
A little impatient.
Piph, don't do an early shift. They're not gonna pay you.
Gonna really need your full attention today. Going over the power generator. Hold up now. Training time has not been authorized. We have quotas to meet. Hal, power generators are highly hazardous. Joseph, you've got to promote self-sufficiency in your team. Let 52 here hash it out. Nothing like a spare or two to let the lesson sink in. Hal, look, I gotta report if we're not hitting quotas. You'll want to draw Rye Paulson's attention now, right? All right, Cutter. I'm adding some tasks for you to follow for this shift only. Just make sure you pull them fuses before going for the power generator.
If you were to have your playlist going, what would we be listening to?
My playlist.
You have your many lists of songs. What would you be putting on here right now? Would it be Crazy Chocobo?
I mean, it's gonna be on the list, yeah.
One of the best, and maybe the only best thing to come out of 13-2.
I can't cut any of these except for this. Well, I guess we can come back in the separate shift to get the bombs going, I guess.
Like Jazz in Space. I think what would be beautiful and what would absolutely panic people is if you put a song on there that's like a regular Sonic level song, but then like at some point the song does the drowning panic noise thing that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see how much everyone's fight or flight happens.
Airlock
That must exist somewhere. Ion Reins need the
Great.
demo charges at the cut points.
Yeah, I know. Yep. Alright, so...
Oh, look, a poster.
Yeah. Is there a way to get this from the outside? I don't think so.
Ooh.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
Where did that go? There it is.
Oh,
That went far.
kinda did, yeah. Just make sure it doesn't hit you.
Say that like I haven't been a part of the...
Woo.
There we go.
What were you gonna say?
Nothing.
Other than Sonic Drowning would be on my playlist.
Depressurizing.
If I wanted something upbeat, I'd probably put on a lot of Yakuza 0 music. Nothing quite like listening to Heartbreak Mermaid while, while, dying in a video game.
Here you are.
There's one
Or
of them
Majima
cutters.
serenading me
See
with
them
24-hour Cinderella.
Then pull the release lever. Now don't forget to salvage that fuse.
So wait until they're off. Good to know.
Ah, there it is. The power generator. Now, these beauties carry a heck of a charge, so be extra careful or you'll be fried to a crisp. See those lights around it? Red means you need to disconnect more fuses before pulling this beast out.
Hello!
Hello.
Well done, Cutter. You disconnected all the fuses. Now the power generator should be safe to extract. Give it a go.
Before... I probably should have looked around this area a little bit more. Okay, so that can be pulled out. Great. I need to look around for the, what is that thing called? Generator?
Mm.
The big boom.
Because you don't want the big boom to happen.
Okay, we got a few. Yeah, the reactor. We want to get the reactor out of the way before we do pretty much anything.
basically you'd want to make sure that you get all of the hazardous things pretty much out of the way before disassembling.
Yeah, you kind of want to, like, the steps are decompression, then, like, generator, then, like...
Air pressure level decreasing.
Oh, my oxygen's low. I was like, what is that beeping?
Personally a fan of Monster Hunter World's orchestral tribal music. That is real good. I do have some of Monster Hunter World's songs on my playlists. I think I also have 2 or 3 songs from Generations, was that what it's called? Question mark? I think it's Generations. I am quite the fan of yes. Good. I remembered correctly. Yay.
That thing has been pronounced so many different ways, of like East, Yeast, S. Sorry, I think about the Yeast series.
Okay.
You know, about YS. You know, Yeast.
That's what I thought you were going for, but also, like, my brain was trying to remember, like, was there a segue, or was just one of those cases where there is absolutely no segue? Just random thought.
Why not both?
Why not?
Alright, so...
Oh, go ahead.
Now it is now is the time to separate all of the things over on this end.
5 minutes left till we call it a day.
So we can,
We're out.
you know, live and get all this stuff out and not explode in a horrible generator accident.
You only got so many lives, do you?
Yep. And I'm trying to keep as many as possible. Well, that might have been I got the wrong way. What is happening over here? Oh, is it? It's a ring. Oh, okay. I was wondering what the heck was going on. Is that a grade 3? Oh, shit. That's a grade 2.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred. Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
Currently, right now, I'm listening to the Pillars of Eternity soundtrack to, pick out any songs that I like to put into a playlist.
Valuable objects processed. Credits awarded.
Over here.
The soundtrack is very medieval fantasy movie-esque. Sounds more like I'm listening to a soundtrack to a movie than a video game.
This is gonna be something else to try to get this out. Oh god. Gah.
No, it's not very Celtic. It's not right now. It just, I don't know how to describe it, but it sounds like a very typical fantasy movie soundtrack.
Okay.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
You see, if it sounded Celtic, then at least it might have a bit more, more to it? It sounds mean to say it like that, but like, it just sounds
Looking
very
like you got
generic right
a minute
now.
left, Cutter. 1 minute remaining.
It's not bad, it's just sort of there at the moment.
Okay, depending
Well,
on
who
which
knows?
way this is taken, it's probably not a good idea to try to do that when the timer is this close.
Yeah.
We'll work on some other things for now. God, these are all charge 3s, aren't they? Gross.
Whoop.
We'll see if that destroys anything.
Yeah?
Shipbreaker.
Should we get the explosives now? Sure. No, we can't. We very much can't. Alright.
Well.
Looks like if we're going to be continuing this particular biz, that we're going to have to start cutting into things or getting very creative. And sure, I can get pretty creative.
You're pretty creative, Piph. Get the soundtrack for Ancient Magus Bride to listen. Isn't that, is that an anime? I think that's an anime.
No clue.
It is an anime. I mean, it could be a manga too, but I know it from the anime. I saw like a picture of it once. Sure, I'll give it a listen at some point after I get through this soundtrack. Thank you for the recommendation. Yes, the manga soundtrack. I just, I guess my brain was just, going brr at the moment. And that, less about the soundtrack, I was just thinking more about, like, well, there could have been a manga first, but the anime.
Okay, so that's the bottom. Gotcha.
My goodness, Piph, looking at the ship's bottom?
Yup.
Scandalous.
Yup.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
So I have to be only a little careful about this. Okay, how many do I have left?
Deposit accepted. Credits
2?
awarded.
Alright, now to do the weird part. Alright, so we're gonna need to do a lot of moving around. Here we go. Alright.
Reactor meltdown detected. Urgent action required. Valuable object accepted for processing.
Okay, come on. Come on. Okay.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
Which one of your cutter's tools would you want to own in real life?
Ooh, that's a hard one. Not the laser one. I have no use for the laser one. Being able to breathe seems nice, but that's also something that's like, you can only breathe for about, like 7 seconds. Sorry, 7 minutes. I'm like, that's not even that useful to, like, scuba divers.
Applying credit to
Yeah, I think scuba diving tanks are longer than that. See, that's kind of like the hard question because so many of the things are like only space appropriate, and then
destroyed.
some of the other things are like they're useful, but also you could really screw yourself over.
The launching one seems like the neatest of all of them, but again, I don't really have, like, a use for it.
Valuable
Mm.
object processed. Credits deposited.
And this back end's real tight.
You know, I think weirdly I'd pick a scanner.
Yeah, that seems to be the best use case for it, even though I'm not sure, like, if I could just scan for lost objects that I have, great. But this scanner is also, like, for very specific biz, and I'm not sure if I'm ever going to get into those situations.
I was thinking like a scanner would be nice if like you need to do computer repair.
Transferring credits.
Yeah, I think just the, like, heads-up display like this is actually really good. I'm not even sure if that's actually, like, part of the tools. Like, I'm not
I
quite sure
guess
if you
that's
can...
technically part of the suit or helmet.
Yeah.
The only other thing I can think of is maybe a tether would be nice for moving furniture.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe. Because, like, this is space. So, having things basically not have weight to them for the most part is helpful.
It's kind of the thing.
So, I'm not quite sure how the tether would work in real life, where you would probably still have to pick it up.
Warning. Your oxygen reserves are dropping below statistically profitable
But
levels.
maybe I could attach a tether from the ceiling to the furniture, and then I could swing it around. Explosives. I feel like that would just get me got more than anything.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
But I respect the want for explosives.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Oxygen reserves are critical. Please
Yeah.
contact your plan administrator to add asphyxiation.
Need oxygen, Yeah. Was that the angriest cow you ever done seen?
Dang, I think that cow jumped over the moon a little too hard.
The cow's going too fast, sir.
Imagine telling that story to a small child and then suddenly pivoting to, but the cow jumped over the moon too hard, went vroom.
It was nuts. You should have been there.
It was crazy, Timmy.
Timmy, you're never gonna believe this, but the cow. Do you know how fast you need to go to jump over the moon? Like, over?
The over. You do know what over means, right? You're
We
old
did.
enough to understand it.
We taught you the overs and unders and throughs, right?
Yeah, we taught you.
Shit, Timmy. This cow going nuts.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Alright, we need to go for the other thing now. But now we need to clear out some space. So we can easily pull it from the ship. That's one of the, like, big things that you can really do in this game, is just to open up the walls.
Weaver out.
Is anything stopping this from just kind of going out?
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
I'm going to go outside the ship before I start blasting. When objects fly at high speeds, you kind of don't want to be in its path.
You won't be near it. It doesn't care that you're in the way.
Right, that should do it. And then we can safely take this power generator off the wall and into the... This gets you a lot of stuff.
Credit to account. Salvage registered. Transferring credit.
Do you have a door handle? No, you sure don't. Alright. You still do.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credit transferred. Valuable object processed. Credit awarded.
So one of my favorite things in this game is being able to, like, have the mobility of just floating around a little. And having things float around with you.
Warning. Fuel levels are low.
One of the fun parts of a space game.
It's the schmovement. I love the schmovement in the game.
Salvage deposit registered. Account credited.
Gunner, we're getting down to the wire. Let's put a bow on this shift.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
So, taxpayers, how's your days been?
In fact, my computer died. Did Piph blow up 2 to 8 times in the past little bit? No, he didn't blow up at all.
2 to 8.
I do like that you came prepared with a number.
Are low. Reminder. Asphyxiation can lead to missed salvage goals.
Haven't paid taxes yet.
Yeah, I feel like I'm going to try to not
Warning Shipbreaker. Please enjoy
get
the
the
following
explosives, because if I remember correctly,
not the key to happiness.
those explosives
Happiness is the key.
rarely come up.
If you love what you do,
And when they do,
you'll
you
be
can
successful.
probably get around them at least a little bit.
I don't remember you using them much.
Yeah.
I don't believe in taxes. Working in a fridge, brain thawing out. Taxes believe in you.
Thrusters, fuel up. Nah, we should probably just use.
Have you upped your oxygen?
I have done it once, so that gets it pretty much right at the halfway point, so I only need to fill it up once, and doing more will basically just have that line be at the end of the ship. Unless I, like, stay in areas that have air, which I usually turn off air as quickly as possible, because air makes things have vacuums, and no.
Okay. Sorry, I don't know what you have and haven't upgraded yet.
I got some armor. We got the charges that we can save up for, but that's very expensive. We got the grappling hooks. apparently we can get farther and farther ones, which I don't know why you would want that. You can get more tethers. Tethers are pretty good. We can have more durability. That just reduces cost of things. I might go with system. Yeah, I'll get system. I think that'll be it for what we get. We'll continue to try to do as much as possible in this particular, like, ship, but, I got a sneaking suspicion we're going to need to, sacrifice a bit to get things to where we want them to be. Let's test that theory.
Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
Ooh. Is that clean?
Is that Mr. Clean?
Not completely. That's fine. Yeah, I think the cumulative price of all the things that we could save is not enough for that. Alright, we're just going to be taking hits from that, which is fine. Because we don't need all of the money in these areas. Ooh. How is this connected?
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
It's like sort of connected. Okay.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
Shit. Yeah, I like loaded that up and I'm like, oh, that's a problem. Super punch. Looks like our oxygen is going to be done twice this go, so let's just preemptively buy some oxygen now, and then we'll grab some thruster fuel too.
Fuel levels restored.
Okay, that's gonna get pulled in. This can be actually moved. Is there anything inside? Doesn't look like it. Okay.
Valuable object processed. Credits deposited.
entire thing is furnace. Okay.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Anything on the wall? Boo, boo, boo.
Salvage registered. Transferring credits. Object accepted for processing. Credits deposited. Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit. Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account.
Hold on. What's the outside of this thing look like? Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I hurt your widow structure?
Are you bullying the ship?
No. He who physics.
Salvage deposit
I love game physics because it's never close to what real life physics be, and you just have to like wiggle it a little bit, and there you go, like, oh jeez. Alright, mister, no more wiggling.
Physics in games are hard.
Yes.
Used to be such a selling point in video games that you could like break things. Like being able to break boxes.
Oh yeah, like structural damage and things like that.
Yeah.
Oop, ooh, ooh. Careful. Alright. Is it out this side that would be better? Doesn't look like it. It's becoming a mess. Alright. Time to do the old... just cut it open.
I'm scared.
Cutter, shift's got about 5 minutes left in her. Let's make it count. Leave her out.
What did that not disconnected?
Warning. Oxygen reserves are low.
How are you still connected? Still connected. Alright, let's see. Which way am I? There we are.
Oxygen reserves are critical. Affordable oxygen supplies are available for purchase at the Master Jack.
Welcome to Vintage on 9000.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
I'm so confused.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied.
How in the... No, I'm just gonna cut around this side then. Oh. Now I can check around the entire thing? Not entirely still what I want, but something, I guess.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
You know, hilariously, I was saying that this soundtrack was just very generic fantasy and there was no Celtic, and then the soundtrack kind of immediately proved me wrong with the next song being so standard.
I am Celtic, I am...
It's like, it's never jaunty because Pillars of Eternity is not a very happy game, except for like one. There was weirdly one that was the most jauntiest tune. And it like whiplash, and then it went on to another somberish piece. Like, but yeah, now it's significantly more generic fantasy medieval Celtic now.
Ooh.
So it's got an extra on it.
Ooh, Celtic.
Oh.
Gorman chair.
Salvage secured. Applying credit. Processing valuable deposit. Credits transferred.
I mean, to be fair to this soundtrack,
Deposited.
it might
Applying credit to account.
be, it's like, it's still not bad. It's just I'm wanting more.
This is your 1 minute warning, Cutter. Bring it home.
Credit applied.
From this provincial life.
It's like, it's A plus because otherwise it was just kind of,
Salvage
I don't know, just
credit applied.
orchestra.
Well, if it's A+, how did it get any less than a perfect score? What's up? I'm asking a simple question here. There's nothing to be upset about.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
I'm sure this would also fit very well into the game itself. Because if I remember correctly, Pillars of Eternity is supposed to be similar to old school Baldur's Gate.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. Lynx would like to share the following message. The only P's permitted in the salvage yard are profit, processor, and potassium trifluoromethane sulfonate.
Bunny.
Boom. Yeah, a decent hit in our funds. That's fine.
It's okay. You can do it. You can pay your fees.
Material accepted. Credits transferred.
Video games really allow us to play out our fantasies, like being able to pay off our debts.
Dang. Just like how video games also allow us to be able to roleplay an experience that we would almost never have in real life, like getting 8 hours of sleep.
Well rested, what is this?
Well rested.
Status effect, well rested. That can't be me.
That ain't me.
That ain't me.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded. Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
You go to bed. You go to a bed and fall asleep instantly. Clearly, this is a game. What do you mean if I go to sleep, all of my limbs are healed? That was always kind of funny in Fallout 3, though, I gotta be honest.
Love that in Fallout 3.
Oh, you
Sleeping
broke your
in-
leg? Just sleep!
Sleeping in Fallout 3 was one of the funniest and best things you can do in the entirety of the game.
Deposit registered. Account credited. Salvage goal reached. Rewards assigned.
I remember having, like, a really rough time with the sniper in,
Minefield, I'm assuming?
Minefield, yeah. And it's weird, it was more... I defeated him and everything after slinking my way across, which took me a long time to do. But I did it because I'm a sneaky little gremlin, so I just stealthed my way over there very, very slowly.
Yes.
But I thought I got all of the mines. I even went all the way.
You never get all the mines.
But the thing is like I went up the tower and defeated him. I got him, and then I even checked the tower again to make sure I got all of the mines at the base of the tower. Like I don't find anything, so I'm just going to just sleep in the bed because wow, I have so many concussions now from all of the mines. And then like I take one step back downstairs. Normally, I catch a glitch. I go back down. I hear one beep. I was like, no, and I blew up. I went. I think I survived? Question mark somehow, but then in my panic because I was trying to get away from the one beep, I ran into a second one. That one blew me up. How dare they? I searched that area so thoroughly. How dare those mines suddenly appear?
There are the small pleasures in Fallout 3, and one of them is mines for me. Of being able to be like, huh! Quickly, like, look at my feet and be like, don't blow up, okay.
I heard the one. I searched that area. Like, I was there. I stepped all around there. I don't know why, like, when I came back, there was 2 more. And I dodged the first one. But then that just made me run into a second one somehow. Gosh. Me and traps in Fallout 3 had an interesting relationship. The mines were late for work, so they hoped to sneak in while you... How dare they?
There we go. There's gonna be some money loss, but I don't care.
It's fine, it's fine.
Account credit applied.
There's your problem, you left a breeding pair.
I found your problem.
I also, like, because I'm sneaky, I liked to play the game with, like, the volume turned up so that way I could hear, like, noises and footsteps.
Oh, Glass. You're so silly. I only say that because there's actually a volume slider very specifically for footsteps.
Well, listen, I learned my lesson and I turned the entire volume way down. When I did spot this trap, I spotted a shotgun trap. I went around the shotgun trap and then I tried to get real up close next to it so that way I could, disarm it. Somehow I didn't trigger it, the normal way, but me sliding up next to it to disarm it made it go off. So imagine the volume being up a little bit too high while you're next to the shotgun. That was scarier than most horror games I have experienced. I jumped. I felt my heart just jump out of my chest for a little bit. I had to pause the game to breathe. It was so loud.
Credits deposited.
Those gosh darn traps. I never have problems with traps in any other Bethesda game, but Fallout 3 is a special case apparently.
Has so many traps all
There's
over the
so
place,
many.
all the time, and I love it.
There's so many. There's like those grenade bundles.
Oh man, I can never find those grenade bundles. I can never find them.
there's the one that's very obviously a trap when you see it, which is the baby carriage one.
It's so weird. There's like 2, 3 of them in the entire game.
And then they never show up ever
They
again.
never show up.
Because they're so weird, I guess. Like, it's just... I guess it would lose its effect after a while. But like... Oh, those traps! Those traps, Piph! They always got me! Even if I saw them, they always got me.
Alright, Cutter. You got 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
Turn the lights on. Pitter patter.
I love Fallout 3's traps. There's never been a video game that I had to pay attention to traps. Not one. Where I'm like...
Because they're also, like, effective.
They're pretty effective. The freaking mines, they hurt quite a bit. So much so that you can actually use them pretty offensively, and they're one of the better weapons in the game.
Yeah, if you can go through Minefield and pick up, like, all of those mines, or at least most of them, they come in so... They're so handy.
They're so good. Okay.
I mean, there's also the grenade bundles if you somehow manage to not trigger the trap, and you can get all of the grenades.
Yeah, man, like the game really rewards you, which I really like.
Also, if you manage to disarm the shotgun trap, you can get shotgun ammo.
Shotgun ammo and the shotgun, which is like not that great for how much biz there is. Like that, it's not a high quality, a high repair score.
Durability.
Durability. Thank you.
The shotguns in those shotgun traps are usually more beneficial to, like, use for repair if you got another shotgun.
Yeah, if you got enough of those just trap ones, you basically just have a shotgun.
Yeah.
Raw material deposited.
My favorite trap is probably the one that one battle mage walks into in Oblivion. Now that's a game that has very obvious traps. Good old Oblivion. I mean, if you somehow manage to
Transferring credits.
not pay attention enough and get in the way of one of those traps, usually they could be pretty deadly, especially the ones that, like, squish you under the ceiling. But man, they're so beautifully obvious. Love them.
But you can't just go around disarming them, though.
No, you can't disarm them.
I like disarming. I want to get goodies whenever there's a trap. I'm like, oh, I'm about to be dead, but...
But
Got some coins. Got some bombs.
I'll try to avoid spoilers when saying this, but Baldur's Gate 3 has allowed me to disarm many a trap.
You get goodies?
And I do get goodies for
Yay.
you don't it's more like there's an like a container or maybe an item that is on like a trapped thing, so you disarm the trap things, that way you can
get the
open up
thing.
the container or get the
It's almost as good.
It's more like an Indiana Jones trap, you know, like there's a pressure plate underneath the item that you want.
Yeah.
It's not like Fallout 3 where like if you manage to disarm the trap then you get like the grenades that were made with the trap or something.
I love those. One of the reasons why I like Fallout 3 so much, I don't really get to say that too often because like traps and things don't come up in like video game discussions, but I think Fallout 3 had like some really like good reward traps where like they're dangerous but you can get stuff out of it.
Oh yeah, they terrified me and I have a love-hate relationship with them. Love them because they are absolutely dangerous,
Oh, they're
which actually
iconic too.
they're also very iconic, and you can get stuff out of them. Hate them because, gosh darn it, why do they always gotta go off?
Tripwires, mines,
I'm
the
usually
stupid
so
baseball machine that
thorough.
like doesn't do anything.
I'm usually so thorough in those games because I love to play sneaky characters, which means I'm slow and I take my time, and yet I will say though, the one time when the grenade bundle that I missed went off, at least it was bad for both me and the raider.
Yeah, there's also that. Oh man, there's so many areas that are just like, oh boy, here's a whole bunch of mines, and you're like, ah, that's fine, I can go around or whatever, and then like they go, oh no, that will start a chain reaction that will blow up the entire area. You are not safe here.
I have felt in Fallout 3 many a times the "he who I'm in danger" meme.
Salvage deposit registered.
Also, like,
Account credited.
I haven't seen any other game come up with a more hilarious, crazy trap than Baby Carriage Bomb.
Object. Applying credits to account.
Oh, those
What the
goody
heck
two
was with
shoes.
that?
What are they like? I don't know, saving babies or something?
Imagine if they put that in Fallout 4. I think that would have been even funnier, considering they actually do have a baby model.
That would be actually pretty funny now that I think about it. I'm like, what are you talking? Oh.
Because then you'd be able to fool the player a lot more because they do have an actual functioning baby model.
Yeah.
So you could put the fake baby in there.
That controls that entire thing. Interesting. Well, that still works. Yeah, I don't think anything's connected.
Hitman games have an explosive called Napoleon Blown Apart. That is pretty funny. Ah, yes, the baby no one cares about.
Confirmed. Applying credit.
Well, it's not like they give you a lot of time to bond with this tiny oogly boogly baby.
Or really get to know your wife, or
Or your husband.
Pretty much anything.
They don't give you. They're like emotional impact. Yeah.
Accepted for processing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Emotional impact. Yes.
Emotional impact, yes.
Additional rewards assigned.
What if you cared?
I mean, I'm just listen, I'm sorry. Like I'm open to caring for this baby, but also I saw like I don't know, maybe a grand total of a minute with this baby. And my spouse. I think I interacted more with the robot.
Yes. I think you actually have more of an emotional connection with the robot. That is very true. Look, I like Fallout 4 enough.
Yeah. But I can't say that like the story I feel like wants to be emotional impact, and it goes on when you go fast forward, it's really hard to get any emotional impact.
Yeah. No, hold on. You go here.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
57 seconds. Yeah, you also interact a little bit more with the Vault Tech representative. Never liked the Fallout 4 twist, to be honest. You know,
The twist.
Alyssa, I gotta admit, actually, that when you said twist, my brain had to think for a little bit because I honestly my brain didn't even consider the twist to be an actual twist, so I couldn't remember for a
Like,
little
what are you
bit.
talking about? Bro, there's no twist?
I couldn't remember. I was like, what do you, which twist? I think I would have been more surprised if they actually just gave me the baby back. Baby back. Oh. Don't crush yourself.
Look.
What do you mean? What?
Listen.
I'm listening, Piph.
Account credit applied.
Feel.
Don't crush yourself. You only have so many lives.
Are dropping.
Fine, wait. No, it's for processing.
Oh, no.
Sure, go that way. Go that way. Gah. It just looked like a thing I needed to throw into the furnace. It actually wasn't.
Is that all the ship? I guess there's still technically that. It needs to get in there. We're being a little mean to Fallout 4. We like Fallout 4 enough.
Oxygen
It's
reserve critical.
got its fun.
Links recommends avoiding stressful workplace
We both really like that one DLC, Far Harbor.
Credit to account.
Yep. Fine.
Oxygen levels stabilizing.
Taking a while to get over there.
Heavy. Get heavy, Piph. Chunky.
Oh, right, that thing too.
Oh man, you know what would have been crazy in that game?
What?
Having a synth of your dead spouse.
Yeah. And the French accent lady goes, do you like this better?
I just think it would have been a fun story moment to have your dead spouse kind of come back as one of the synths.
Rewards allocated. Salvage registered. Transferring credit.
There.
Oh, Curie. Love her.
She's one of the most interesting things in that entire game.
Little French nurse robot.
Always wanted to be human. Alright, so that's how we're going to do anything that requires the explosives. We're just going to ignore them.
It's fine.
We don't need it. We don't want it.
And even a little? Wow, that's a lot of
Shipbreaker.
bunny
You have
posters.
one. Transmission waiting.
You noticed.
I did. You got a lot of bunnies. Oh,
Bro,
God.
what's cracking? You hitting your salvage quotas and actualizing your potential? I know I'm snarky about the corporate stuff. Can't help it, really. I think I'm missing the gene that makes folks just accept things when they could be better. I know the fight isn't for everyone, but I grew up with it. I spent more time shaking off station security than playing with friends. Maybe it's naive to think the world should be better, but I don't mind. I'd rather be hopeful than jaded. Oh, Weaver's buzzing me. Catch you later, Rook. Lou out.
Good morning, Shipbreaker. Your theta wave levels are
Ooh,
high.
I like
Please
these.
administer 2 caffeine pods before starting your shift.
2 whole caffeine pods.
That's a lot of caffeine.
You know, there are some people who put in even more caffeine, though. I have seen and heard the stories from poor Starbucks employees.
Whoa. Alright, how many points do we have? We have a lot. Let's put in thrusters. Let's put in...
Sorry. I'm gonna read a question.
Oh, go ahead.
What game twists have you disliked?
Oh, for me. For me. There. Yes. Oh, you guys are. You shouldn't have asked me that. So. So, I'm not particularly the biggest fan of the narrative structure and the quote-unquote twists of Nier Automata. I'll let that sink in while I get up and walk away from my computer for a moment.
You just drop that ball and you leave?
Yeah, here we go. Sorry, what was that?
I was screaming, you just drop that ball and you leave.
All I heard was screaming, and that's it. So yeah. Is there anything that you guys wanted to hear about that?
I guess technically Nier Automata is old enough that it is a fair game to spoil.
Yeah, I guess so. Let me real quick go through the ship stuff. See if there's any of these that I guess there is the new one. Doesn't have a distributor, which is fine, I think. There's also a lot of weight to move. Let's see, 15 to 30 from to 20. Heatsink to... None of these have a distributor other than this little guy. Or this little guy, there we go. This one's got some thrusters and things like that. Yeah, we can look for that on another ship. I want this one. Details, please. Oh, thank you for asking. So, let's see. Nier Automata, its particular story basically revolves around you being somewhat surprised about what will happen next. That the story is created in a way where you need to basically stumble into a trap. One of the ones that I like to point to is there is a point where a whole bunch of robots become a cocoon and then birth a more humanoid robot, I guess. And it just stands there and doesn't do anything, and you need to attack it to progress the story at all. There's not even like it's one of those endings where you just like go, hey, well, you just left and that was the ending. Which there is a few of those. That one, if I remember correctly, doesn't. You have to attack that to have the story move forward. The twists of there is a point in the story where you find a whole bunch of little robot guys that are like, I am scared. We don't want to die. So we all went over here to hide. And then a big thing comes over and you defeat it and you come back being like, I did it. Hooray for me.
I saved them.
I saved them. And then you look over and every single one of them found a sword and killed themselves. And that is the twist for every single, submission as well. When they're just like, finally, my purpose has been fulfilled. They'll, self-destruct or kill themselves.
I thought for a moment you were going to talk about the absolute hilarity that is, they keep making 2Bs apparently to keep killing all of the 9S's because all of the 9S's keep getting too close. But they still keep making that for some reason.
It is very funny because most of the times you see 9S die is not even because of her. She's like there. And there's even ones where I think he survives and with her and she doesn't do that. And you're like, this story doesn't make any goddamn sense if you make up rules and then you completely subvert the same rules. It makes so little sense. I am so mad at the structure of that story from top to bottom. I'm going to spoil the end of it. For some reason, if you guys have not heard of it, have not played it, have not seen it, or whatnot, here it goes. I'm going to tell you the ending of it. You go out and do basically a bullet hell, and throughout the entirety of the game, all of it, the entire message is basically we're going to end the cycle of sacrificing for a better future. The bullet hell section is extraordinarily difficult to a point where you need to usually hit a little button that gives you a whole bunch of dudes around you that basically makes you invincible, like makes your damage super big and things like that and whatnot. Then the game goes, great, now that you've done the ending and you launched the ship into outer space or whatever the flip, would you like to sacrifice your game file? AKA, remember the first game where destroying your save file was also an ending and meant sacrificing yourself? So, sacrifice yourself so other people can do that section. And I'm like, fucking game, you just went through the entire goddamn reason to stop the sacrifice circle and you built one again to sacrifice oneself to show up as a name in another person's game. You have, I'm assuming, ruined your own message at the finish line. It's a cool section. It's super bright. It means a lot to a lot of people. It has a climactic music. The visuals are really cool. Its message is really bad.
Doesn't maybe stick the landing very good.
It tries so hard. This is what I got into for the, like, twists. It tries so hard to be surprising that it fails to be a story. Or at least a good story.
For me personally, I saw someone bring it up a bit earlier, but 90% of any and all of, not even 90%, probably actually 100% of the time, David Cage, makes, horrible twists. Absolutely terrible twists. I don't really like the stories to begin with, though, most of the time. But the one I want to bring up, because it kind of actually detracts from the story really hard, and I don't know why it was there at all, was Detroit Become Human. When the twist is revealed that the little girl that you've been trying to take care of this entire time is in fact also an android.
Maybe one day with a few beers, eh? Salvage secured. Credits deposited.
Yeah,
It,
David
like-
Cage doesn't write too good.
No, he doesn't.
Airlock depressurizing.
I could point out, like, so many other twists, but just that one is the one that I think of off the top of my head that I go like, wow, that actually does not add anything. It subtracts many things, and it kind of just confuses things. I mean, confuses things even more than what was already confusing in this game. It's fine, listen, I watched it for the buddy cop duo. Loved them. Yeah, kinda messed up that they were building androids that look like children and act like children, and they can never grow up. And so many things.
Okay, so they have Aaron here.
You could have just said, I don't know why this exists while mentioning Detroit Become Human Beat. Oh man, I think when I was watching it with friends, the only part that we were actually like interested in was the bits with the old man and the android cop.
Yes.
We liked them very specifically. We liked them. We liked their buddy cop moments. Bless you.
Thank you. Alright, so where's a... Here's one. Let's,
I'll admit I have not seen Death Stranding, so I don't know anything about anything in it. It wouldn't surprise me though if there's a twist. There's like 100% certainty there's a twist somewhere.
okay. No, we don't want to do that yet. Now, how do I get back? Should be a door? There's air compress. None of these help me find a door.
Are you going to have to make a door?
I hope not. I can leave, I guess. There we go.
I feel like I can say that the only twist in a David Cage game that was actually kind of a twist, actually, was Heavy Rain. Not that it's like hard to piece it together, I guess. You can make a pretty good guess as to who the Raincoat Killer actually is. But it's still like, it's decent enough of a twist. It's like, no, don't give him credit. I'm sorry.
Not allowed to say truth in this house.
I just said it was okay, not great. I'm sorry.
This is why we do not touch too many things. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have touched that. We'll see how that goes.
Airlock depressurizing. Airlock pressurizing. Air pressure level decreasing. Airlock depressurizing.
I mean, if we want to keep dunking on David Cage, I absolutely despised Beyond Two Souls.
Very fair.
Do not like, absolutely do not. I watched that a long time ago when I was watching a particular YouTube group. And they played through it, so that's how I watched it. But they didn't like it, I didn't like it.
I am very curious to play through those, but at very minimum, the robot one, because I feel like that one would be the funniest.
Probably, yeah.
Raw material accepted.
It's either that or the one where all the people are on the island.
Is that Fahrenheit?
I don't know.
I'll be honest, I've never seen Fahrenheit. Never seen a bit of it.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
It's one of the newer, not new, but like, not one of the first ones he's done.
I don't know.
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Warning. Fuel levels are low. Fuel supplies are available for purchase at the Master Jack.
I mean, if you want to play something similar, but it's actually kind of good, you could play Until Dawn.
Salvage deposited.
Until
Applying
Dawn.
credit to account.
Until Dawn is like, the horror one that is not by him. It's by a different studio.
That might be the one I'm thinking of.
Maybe. It's like all snowy and stuff.
And
You
there's
cycle
like
through the different-
6 friends or whatever the flip.
Yeah, there's like a lot of characters you like cycle through and they can all die.
Warning.
Yes.
Low
He didn't do that one?
No,
Got about 5
Okay.
minutes to fill your boots.
that's why it's good.
Weaver out.
It's just kind of like a similar format.
Hmm.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
Welcome to Vintage 9000.
Oxygen level stabilizing.
There's also the other one that I think that they did, the most recent one. I don't remember what. I think it's called The Quarry. That one's also similar, but I have not seen anything about The Quarry. Maybe Kriana played a little bit of it though.
Applying credit.
Yeah, Krana loves those kinds of games.
Hmm.
Especially when they're a little on the spooky side.
Little spooky.
Pressurizing.
Alright, what are we looking at? A big boy. Alright, so can I do this?
Maybe.
Yes, good. That's available. if you dismantle too many things and you basically disconnect power, you get into a problem where you can't actually like use that to disconnect things.
Mm. So you do need to have enough power to properly disconnect.
Yeah. Which is important for the generator? The very nuclear generator? Nuclear. Nuclear.
I suppose to be fair, Piph loves to do achievement hunting, so even though it has little replay value, typically,
I
I
don't
don't
care
think
when
Piph would
games...
mind, yeah.
It's not even for, like, achievement stuff, that I don't mind replay stuff. It's more just, like... I don't play video games to do replay things, so if it has, like, no replay value, I'm like, that's fine. That's almost what I expect and want most of the time. If I wanted to play a game that was good on repeat, I would play Slay the Spire. Slay the Spire is legitimately an experience that could probably be replayed over and over and over again because of how, like, many different ways you can do things in that game. And its difficulty is, like, really on the razor's edge of stuff. Which I think is really cool. I don't think there's that many, like, what are these things called? Roguelites that, actually go, here's the hardest difficulty, even if you're, like, one of the best people...
Ooh.
1 minute left in the end of the line, Cutter. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
What were you saying?
Brain mush. It's all gone.
There was a question. I'm replaying Prototype. Its achievements are just me. What achievements give you headaches? What achievements gave you headaches? Sorry, excuse me.
Ooh.
While you answer that, I need to get my teeth brushed for the night. I'll be right back.
Okay. What achievements gave me headaches? That's a really good question because I actually do a lot of achievement stuff.
Object processed. Transferring credits.
Give me a tick while I focus a little bit. Alright, I'm not going to use my laser right now. Alright. Take me! Alright. What games have given me headaches for achievements specifically? Now, mind you, I'm gonna word this in a way of just, like, gave me a lot of frustration because I'm a person that really doesn't get headaches, if you mean it in a very literal sense.
Hello, Shipbreaker. You have 1 incoming transmission waiting.
Hey, are you all around? Seriously, what is with this guy? I honestly can't tell if he's a sociopath or just incompetent.
He's, like, extremely intimidating.
Should we reach out for some support?
What kind of support you thinking?
Like, technical support?
No, Kai, the union.
I get why you think you want that, kid. But you don't. Trust me.
You're talking about bringing the union stuff here?
Let me handle it, folks. Please.
Weaver, no disrespect. But this is becoming bigger than just our crew. The union might help us report this as an official complaint. Maybe mediate a discussion.
Wait. I'm gonna take care of y'all. Same as always have, okay? Just go on and get them 40 wings, all right? I'll take care.
Good morning, Cutter 9346-52. Lynx would like to share the following inspirational message. The greatest reward in life is the chance to work hard at work worth doing.
So, let's see. Achievements that I didn't like. I'm very happy nowadays that I'm, like, a little bit farther away of the whole, like, achievement thing. Where I'm, like, if it is really bad that I'm, like, having a lot of frustration with, I'll actually put down. A lot of the achievements that I can recall that I've not liked are usually ones that I've tried to get and didn't. Not all of them, of course. There's quite a few of them that are just like, oh, this is just really hard, and that's it. And I don't really care that much about those, for the most part. I think most achievements... you know what? Here's a good one. As I dust this off the shelf. There was a game where you had to do a lot of... I should probably get to actually... I got one in mind. Let me use my brain power to get anything else. Looks like I don't have enough points, so let's just start the shift. Here we go. After this, I'm probably going to bounce. So if you guys have any questions, now's a good time to do that. But achievements.
You're up here to help your family, right?
Yeah, for my fam. You can buy citizenship in Pacifica, but it costs a ton. Yeah, it's tough. There's 5 of us. My solo, dad, mom, little sis Marlena, and myself. Well, there should actually be 6. Lost my older sis Makoto a few years ago. She's the one who should be here. She applied, even got accepted, but then she got sick. Real sick. And yeah, non-citizens can't get care, so here I am.
Hi, I'm so sorry. I didn't know about your sister.
It's okay. You actually remind me a lot of her, Lou.
Aw, hi. I know it's tough, but we've got your back.
Thanks, Lou.
Processing object. Applying credits to account.
Alright, so there's a game, I'm kind of blanking on the full name, I think it's like Dungeons of Dreadmore or something like that. I think I just hit it right on the head. Alright, so in Dungeons of Dreadmore, there is an achievement to, very specifically, go buy the, person who made the game a beer. In real life. That was an achievement.
Reactor meltdown triggered. Action urgently required. Salvage goal achieved. Rewards allocated.
That was really annoying because I actually liked the game at the time. Not too fond about having an achievement in the way that I had to physically go and get them a beer to get an achievement.
Processing valuable object. Credit awarded. Salvage destroyed. Please revisit your training.
There was like a hole in there. Dang. Sorry. There's a few other ones in there that I wasn't the person who made the game wasn't a big fan of achievements in general. So whenever anyone was just like, hey, can you fix a few of the achievements that are, like, they don't work? The response was, basically a no. They're like, there's mods for the game, basically fix it yourself. Not a great achievement experience.
Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit.
What is your guys' opinions on achievements?
Fuel levels are critical. Return to the master jack. Purchase supplies.
Because, like, some people have some pretty hefty opinions about things.
Salvage secured. Applying credit.
When especially it comes to achievos. Especially back in the day where just, like, there were people that are going like, man, you, like, just shouldn't do achievements. Which is fine. Like, you can absolutely have that as an opinion. But it is interesting that people cared so much about not doing an achievement.
Salvage deposit secured. Credits awarded.
For superfans? Alright. Stanley Parable ones are kind of funny. Definitely a parody on achievements,
Salvage deposited.
which is fine.
Applying credit to account.
As long as the, like, achievements work, you can have your achievements basically be whatever.
Processor deposit.
I just don't like when your achievements don't work. Oh, and also I'm not particularly a big fan of, how do I put this?
Salvage secured. Account credit applied.
Achievements that require you to pay additional money to obtain.
Salvage deposit registered.
Not particularly fond of those. That includes, like, making sure you get DLC, Game Pass stuff. I like how PlayStation does theirs, where, like, the DLC is, like, part of a separate, like, achievement group. So you can actually be like, I did everything in this game. And then, like, you can then be like, I did everything in this DLC, because it is a separate piece of stuff.
Warning. Low oxygen levels detected.
Salvage accepted. Credit applied. Valuable object processed. Credit awarded.
Some games actually do the, like, do blank so many times well. Like, I feel like the one in, oh god, what is that game called?
Warning. Oxygen reserves are critical.
Material accepted. Credits transferred.
Alright. Anyway, let's... Sorry, a lot of panic stuff happened in my head, and it kind of wiped what I was thinking of. What are you talking about? Video games? Achievements? Right. Some games actually do the, like, do so many things this many times well. I feel like it works well if it's, like, a game where there's, like, a time limit, so there needs to be, like, some strategy in the success and failure of doing those actions. Dead Rising 2 did it fairly well with, like, I think it was, like, it was a number of kills. I want to say, like, maybe 20... No, not 20,000. Maybe 50,000? Something like that. The first one had just, like, the amount of people that are alive in that particular, like, area. Which, like, some people would look at that and go, like, ugh, gross, don't like that. Which, fair, honestly. But, like, because the entire game is timed, you do have to actually figure out a way to do that within the time limit. You almost need to have a playthrough specifically to actually tactically find out how to spend that time.
This is your 5-minute warning, Cutter. 5 minutes left. We were out.
Valuable object accepted for processing.
To get that particular task done. And I think that's cool. If it's just like, just do it, not really that great. But, like, when it actually has some like, oh, if you do not do it this way, then you have to do it like this way. I think that's cool. I like that.
Salvage secured. Credits deposited. Salvage deposited. Applying credit to account. Processor deposit accepted. Credits awarded. Salvage deposit confirmed. Applying credit. Salvage deposit registered. Account credited. Deposit accepted for processing. Salvage registered. Transferring credits.
Eek.
Welcome back. I don't have too much time left. Could you check the chat? I've said many words at them, and I would like to know what they're mentioning.
I like achievements, but I don't actively shoot for them unless I care about the game. Prototype kill 57.
That's the, like,
1,000.
which ones are, like, you don't particularly like for achievements and things like that. The ones that gave you, like, headaches, I think was the term.
Shit's almost done in the middle cutter.
Some dev use them to teach mechanics.
Oh yeah, I love when devs use achievements as, like, here's a cool thing.
Achievements that are just mindless grinds are annoying, but ones where it's trying to play the game differently are good. Like Dead Space and Plasma Cutter only.
Yes.
Buy the other games in the series. Prototype 57K1 is basically like being told to play the game 10 times.
Yeah.
Roguelike achievements are too much luck of the draw for my tastes.
That's fair. That was a good one. We got a lot of the dangerous stuff out of the way. We dismantled a good part of the ship. Seems like that.
Have you seen anything Bomb Rush City Funk? If so, any
Your allocated
thoughts?
shift time will be commencing shortly.
I mean, I've seen it way before it was even out. Not like the entirety of the game or whatnot. But I have heard of it. And I really liked the general, like, aesthetic. I was very happy somebody basically looked at a game and went, that's basically no longer in existence. What if I do that? And, like, did it really well, assumingly. I'm still waiting for somebody to do that for Katamari. That being said, there has been some spin-off games that are like Katamari, but ones that are not as high a budget.
There was that weird budget one you played that one time.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was called. Which achievements do you find pointless? Example, play a chapter in the base game.
I'll one-up you on the same general biz. I actually really don't like it when the game goes a doubling up on achievements for checkpoints in the game. Like, I'm okay with, like, getting, like, here's chapter 1 achievement, here's chapter 2, and I'm like, alright, cool. It can help people figure out, like, where your friends are in the game and things like that. I don't mind those.
It's also fun to see, like, how many people actually manage to get to, like, a chapter.
Yes.
Like, the percentage-wise.
You can actually see, like, how many people dated who, and those are neat as well. For the dating achievements. Anyway, so the ones that I don't like is, like, let's just say chapter 14 is the end of the game. I hate that there is a chapter 14 achievement and end of the game achievement. They're the same achievement, but given to you twice at once. If they're like, but we just wanted to make it twice as special, then just give it, like, more points for, like, gamer score stuff. Or, here's a suggestion, it doesn't make me feel more special getting 2 of the same achievement. I can't even fathom being emotionally connected to a point where I'm like, 2 achievements for beating game? Like, unless they rained achievements on me for beating a game, I don't care.
I don't care and like achievements that are basically use our service. Like there was an achievement in Saints Row 3 to put a character up on the character gallery. Which, by the way, that shut down. I think they just automatically give people those achievements now. Because you cannot access those servers. But I thought that was just such a dumb achievement. That's like out of the game, essentially, because you have to make an account on their dumb little service. It's not even like it's not a thing that's in game. It's not like you're achieving anything other than, hey, you signed up with your email. Congratulations.
Yeah. Yeah, when you get the easier ones, when you do it on the harder difficulty, I'm perfectly okay with those. When you have to do it on each individual one, it's kind of annoying, because, like, what's the extra experience you're going to get playing it on normal than easy, or easy than normal after playing it on hard? I don't know. Well, either way, that'll be it for my time. Thank you all for watching. I'll most likely do this next week. Sorry for the short time, but apparently I've been called to do something today. Bye.
Wow. Bye.